Workforce planning is the whole strategy of understanding where, when, and how many people we're going to need. So, for instance, if we look at things like our company census that tells us how old our employees are, what age, what demographics they are, sex, nationality, whatever the case may be, there are a lot of very valuable statistics, and there's a lot of very valuable directions that we can take in regards to how long people are going to stay. For instance, the comparison is an actuary in an insurance company. An actuary in an insurance company is basically a bookie, right? They're collecting the odds as to when you or I are going to die, or when you and I are going to get sick, or when you and I are going to get in a car accident. And what they're doing is they're taking all of the history of hundreds of thousands and millions of instances and looking at the probabilities of when those things are going to happen. There's no difference. Workforce planning is no different. It's basically the work of an actuary. It's numerics, it's statistics, it's economics. It's looking at the probabilities of how long somebody's going to stay in your organization, when the probability is they may leave, when the possibility is they may leave, and then developing a strategy that revolves around those numbers. It is a science. It's a science like pharmaceuticals. It's a science like biology or engineering. It is an actual science where one can figure out and determine by looking at all these numbers and all these statistics and all these probabilities as to exactly when positions will open up. I was in a client recently in Texas who had developed a workforce plan that was absolutely unbelievable, and they showed me right down almost to the week where they were able to predict a series of available opportunities or recs that were open because of the probability and likelihood that they predicted a year in advance as to when certain positions are going to become available. So the bottom line is we all, I think, have to agree that if we are able to understand where, when, and how many people we are going to need, our ability to recruit, our ability to source, our ability to find, our ability to respond will be much better. Our ability to find better people more quickly and more effectively and more efficiently will be much more heightened. So the goal of workforce planning is to know the horizon, know the 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year horizon, plan for it, develop a strategy for it, and then be able to respond to it very quickly and very cost effectively. But again, it is a science. It does pay enormous dividends in the fact that you will have better people because the sourcing will be over a period of time. You'll be able to raise people to the table. You're not spending a lot of money and wasting a lot of money inefficiently because you're scrambling and running to try to fix the issue. And this is a normal course of action for everybody. So everybody's not around fighting fires. It works. Companies that do it realize enormous benefits from it. If you haven't done it in the past, it is maybe painful the first time. It does take time. It does take money. But that investment as a business strategy is enormous. And with the shrinking workforce and with the difficulty to find the right people that you need where and when you need them, workforce planning doesn't become so much of a luxury. It becomes more of a business imperative.